Lahat ng drama, lahat ng tawanan, lahat ng iyong all-time hits. Ang tanging huntahan ng Masang Lamaw. Number 1 sa Mega Manila, nationwide pa. Broadcasting from TGON, TVH Group of Networks. Dito lang sa inyong iisang himpilan. Cool FM. You are listening to Cool FM, live from Cool Studios. This is Cool News at 4.
Good afternoon and welcome to Cool News at 4. Today is October 24th, 2024, and here are the headlines for this afternoon. The government readies its assets to help those affected by severe tropical storm Christine in the Bicol region, said Office of Civil Defense Director Edgar Rosadas on Thursday. In a palace briefing, he said that air assets were pre-positioned at the Villamor Air Base in Parsa City and in Cebu City. As we speak, the commitments of Defense Secretary Teodoro are already being collected through the J3 or Deputy Chief of Staff for Operations. In fact, I have already seen the list of equipment. Rosa does it in a mix of Filipino and English. We also have 17 air assets pre-positioned in Villamor and Cebu, which are readily deployable where they're permitted, because we need to ensure that our pilots and assets are safe. This is our commitment and we are going to uphold it, he added. Rosadas added that other government assistance is already on the way to Bicol and other provinces affected by the flood. And as we speak, assistance is also arriving in Bicol. First, I mentioned the aid coming from SOCOM or Southern Luzon Command, which is the area command nearest to Bicol and Region 8, the nearby region from Tacloban, he said. Moreover, he said that the Philippine government is already coordinating with neighboring countries for assistance in the distribution of aid to victims of Christine. He said Teodoro has already spoken with Singapore ambassador to the Philippines constancy, as well as officials from Indonesia, Malaysia, and Brunei regarding the potential utilization of their assets to facilitate the aid distribution. As daylight broke on Thursday, October 24, residents in Isabela and workers from the Department of Public Works and Highways started clearing compounds and roads hit by flooding overnight. It was 12:30 a.m. when severe tropical storm Christine made landfall in the coastal town of Divilacan, Isabela, but the intense rain it brought did not spare the rest of the province. Along the national highway in Ejacu town, as Christine submerged a stretch of houses, residents used a water pump to flush water out from their compound, which was swamped in nearly knee-deep flood. They told Inquirer.net that without a water pump, they will have to wait until evening on Friday, October 25 for a water to resedate. TVH workers started clearing roads too, removing soil and water plants from the side of the road, saying that the debris was blocking the flow of rainwater, making it hard to resedate, especially since rivers across the province have spilled over already. As of 12 p.m., the Disaster Response Office of Isabela warned that the water level of the Candida River is still rising, so water activities are still not permitted because of extreme danger. Only one spillway gate of the Mangkat Dam is open at 2 meters, with an estimated discharge of 307 cubic meters each second. Water level is at 183.25 meters, the National Irrigation Administration said. 20 people reportedly died in the Bicol region due to the effects of severe tropical storm Christine, police said on Thursday. These deaths, however, are still up for validation, according to the Police Regional Office 5. Based on its 9 a.m. data, PRO 5 also reported 9 individuals sustained injuries, while 4 were missing. Christine has so far brought floods to 626 areas within the region, it added. To eight affected communities, Tipico Police deployed 942 personnel who are dedicated to 226,531 individuals within the region. According to the latest report of the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, Christine has so far affected over 2 million individuals nationwide. The State Weather Bureau said Christine was last monitored over the coastal waters of Santa Cruz, Ilocos. It carries maximum sustained winds of 95 kilometers per hour near the center and the cruisiness of up to 145 kilometers per hour. The Pantacas Provisional Hospital in Lemery stopped admitting patients due to flooding caused by severe tropical storm Christine on Thursday, October 24. Citing a report from the Provincial Health Office, the Pantacas Public Information Office said floodwater already entered the hospital ward and emergency room as of Thursday afternoon. Everyone is reminded that this hospital will temporarily implement a no admission policy or will not accept patients at this time, the PIO announced in Filipino on a Facebook post. The provincial government of Pantacas is coordinating with the Municipal Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office of Lemery for immediate response and assistance, it added. According to the latest report of the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, Christine has so far affected over 2 million individuals nationwide.
As we speak, Big Pangasinan has
And the
just
Senate
declared
formally received on Thursday a copy of the 2025 General Appropriations Bill from the House of Representatives. The 2025 GAB, which contains the proposed national budget for next year, was submitted by a House panel to the Senate's Legislative Bills and Index Service staff. The submission was carried out despite the cancellation of work in both chambers of Congress in light of the inclement weather brought about by severe tropical storm Christine. Earlier, Senate President Chis Escudero said he sees the approval of the 2025 GAB for the first week or second week of December. He said the chamber is on track to finish the committee deliberations of some agencies' budgets based on his discussion with Senator Crispo, who heads the Senate Finance Committee. The proposed 2025 national budget amounts to 6.352 trillion pesos. The figure is a 10.1% increase from the current national budget of 5.768 trillion pesos, as the Department of Budget and Management had also earlier projected. And it looks like our koolNews anchor, Marcos Del Prado or Marco this is here. So before we head into the outbreak, do you have any updates?
Yep. Here are the latest no class suspensions and work suspensions as of now. Still due to Christine PH for tomorrow, October 25, Friday. All levels, public and private, Bulacan, Kalumpit, Bulacan, General Trias, and Cavite City kasama ang mga opisina ng gobyerno. Paete, Laguna, Albay, face-to-face classes only until lifted. Pilar and Sorsogon City, Sorsogon, Camarines Sur, Tao and Sapian in Capiz, and Tagupan City. And ngayon lang, breaking news, Pangasinan has just declared both public and private classes and working government offices suspended for Friday. And that's all the walang pasok updates. Tune in on koolNews.
Thank you very much, Marcos Del Prado or Marcorales. It is now 4:11 in the afternoon. We will get back into more national along with international headlines right here on koolNews at 4. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
Hindi Hindi birong maging isang ina. Dapat hands-on ka sa maraming bagay, lalo na sa mga iniinom na gamot. Dapat ready ka. Kaya kapag may sakit sa pamilya ko, gaya ng sakit ng ulo, sakit sa katawan na may kasamang lagnat dulot ng sipon, allergic rhinitis o sinusitis, Simdex D ang ipinapainom ko. Gamot laban sa sintomas ng trangkaso. Simdex D is available in Mercury Drug Stores and other drug stores near you. Phenylpropanolamine hydrochloride malate paracetamol is the generic name of Simdex D. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Also available, Simdex D Syrup for kids and Simdex D Forte for adults.
Pag crispy pata ang ulam ni Bunso, masakit daw sa ngipin. Aray! Pag laging nagtutoothbrush with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, ang tibay ng ngipin ko! Versus non-fluoride calcium carbonate toothpaste. Colgate, ngiping matibay. Ngiping palaban with regular use.
Pag edad 50 pataas, pansin mo na ang pagbabago at pagbagal ng katawan. Maaring makaranas ng alta presyon, high blood sugar at paghina ng memorya. Makakatulong ang pag-inom ng Centrum Silver Advance araw-araw kasabay ng tamang pagkain at exercise. Ang Centrum Silver Advance ay may nutrients na in-adjust ang level para sa edad 50 pataas. Tulong suporta sa puso at normal na blood pressure at blood sugar. Napatunayan din na nakakatulong itong ma-improve ang memory habang tumatanda. Alagaan ang katawan with Centrum Silver Advance. This has been manufactured for Centrum. Multivitamins plus minerals is the generic name of Centrum Silver Advance. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Ba't nag-abala ka pa?
Ay pasta na kasing expanded centenarian lorry sa Natubong Revilla. Mga 80, 85, 90 at 95. May 10,000 na.
Hindi pala ako maghihintay ng 100?
Kahit mag-100 ka pa, may 100,000 ka pa rin.
Sa mga lolo at lola na edad 80, 85, 90, 95, magtungo lamang po sa pinakamalapit na tanggapan ng OSCA para maalalayan kayo sa proseso ng pag-claim ng benepisyong ito. Isa lamang ito sa ating inakdang batas para sa ating mga nakatatanda. Ito po si Senator Bong Revilla.
This is a period advertisement by Babies Production.
Power up with Imugene. Makahatag og kalagsik aron perming abdik ka makini sa ginseng, noto ginseng ug astragalus nga napamatud-an na nga makapalig-on sa resistensya ug immunity sa lawas. Imugene, your energy and immunity booster. Mapalit sa inyong mga suking butika. Now approved therapeutically.
Namiss kita. Ikaw pa rin ang hinahanap-hanap ko. Alam ko you're still the one. Buti na lang, mas affordable na versus previous price. Ang best tasting creamer para sa kape mo. Coffee Mate. Api ka ba sa batas? Huwag kang mag-alala, may lapid law na magtatanggol sa iyo mula kay Senador Lito Lapid. Ito ang Republic Act 9999 o ang Free Legal Assistance Law para sa mga walang abogado. Kahit na sinong lawyer ay pwede mong kunin ng libre dahil pwede nilang ikalta sa tax nila ang charge nila sa kaso mo. Kasi nga, isa lang sa inyo ang dapat bigyan ng Public Attorney's Office o PAO ng abogado na kalaban mo sa kaso. Sa Free Legal Assistance Law o ang Lapid Law, may abogado ka na agad. Lingkod Lapid para sa masang Pilipino. Senator Lito Lapid. Senator Lito Lapid.
Donnie Pangilinan here.
With Anthony.
Dad, what's your love language?
Connecting eye to eye.
Eh pag lumabo mata.
EO!
EO Executive Optical, expert eye care, state-of-the-art facilities.
Eye to eye. You mean titig kilig?
Yun! EO Executive Optical.
Love your eyes, guys.
Pamaskong padala, ML Kwarta padala, mula sa M. Lulier, mabilis, madali, maasahan. Kwartang pinagirapan, pinag-ipunan sa M. Lulier, ang hindi nagkakaingatan. Padalang kinakailangan, labis na inaasahan, mabilis makakarating sa paroronan. ML Kwarta padala, pamilya padala, padalang galing sa puso.
Magandang araw! Aming ipinakikilala sa inyo ang Magnum C. Ang Magnum C ay purong herbal na mula po sa Moringa olifera o malunggay na may kombinasyon ng santon or mangosteen. Alam po natin kung gaano kaganda ang malunggay sa kalusugan ng tao. Ang malunggay ay tinatawag na Tree of Life o Miracle Tree. Tinatawag ring superfood dahil sa napakarami nitong benepisyo sa kalusugan ng tao. Para laging healthy, samahan ng pag-iingat sa pagkain, samahan ng ehersisyo at Magnum C. Mapalit na sa tanang butika, pharmacy sa inyong mga lugar.
Generosity o bukas palad, tatak Pilipino. Sa krisis nagkakaisa, hindi nag-aatubiling tumulong sa kapwa, pagbibigay ng pagkain at pagsasama sa oras ng paghihirap. Magkaroon kayo ng pag-ibig sa isa't isa nang walang pagkukunwari. Roma 12 siyang. Generosity o bukas palad. Ikaw ay M Extraordinary Pinoy. Brought to you by MX3 Coffee and Tea.
Mamadaming time sa lahat ng gusto Champion Quick Wash Technology. Less time sa labada, more time sa pamilya.
Pag in the mood for beach, time for Dunkin' Iced Spanish Latte.
Pag sweater weather, time for Dunkin' Brewed Coffee.
Pag nagkayaya ang magbike, time for Dunkin' Iced Americano.
Anytime is Dunkin' Coffee time. My hot and iced coffee for any moment, any vibe, anytime. Eh, ikaw? Time for Dunkin' Coffee, hot or iced.
Laging pagod sa trabaho at kulang sa pahinga? Ayon sa mga pag-aaral, pwede itong magsanhi ng kakulangan ng sustansya na maaaring magdulot ng alta presyon, mataas na blood sugar, pati paghina ng resistensya. Makakatulong ang pag-inom ng Centrum Advance araw-araw, kasabay ng tamang pagkain at exercise. Ang Centrum Advance ay complete from A to Z, tulong sa malusog na puso, normal blood pressure at blood sugar. Tulong din para sa energy at resistensya. Simula edad 20 pataas, alagaan ang katawan, kasama ang Centrum Advance. This has been Medifacts for Centrum. Multivitamins plus minerals is the generic name of Centrum Advance. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Where does your power really come from?
Power to learn.
Power to cure. Power to create.
Power to connect with loved ones. Hello? Mom?
At Aboitiz Power, we aim to provide reliable and sustainable energy. Powering you and life. Aboitiz Power. We power you.
Welcome back to koolNews at 4. Let's continue with the headlines. A convenience store in Naga City, Camiguera Sur, was looted on Wednesday as severe flooding caused by Tropical Storm Christine continued to ravage their area. According to a police report, the store's glass wall in Barangay Bagumbayan Sur was likely shattered by strong winds and heavy rains on Tuesday, creating an opportunity for several individuals to steal goods. The theft was discovered by store employees on Wednesday morning, October 23. This follows an earlier incident at Capital Bicolandia Supermart in Barangay Iguladad, where looters waded through chest-deep floodwaters to steal grocery items, including branded wines and cigarettes. Tropical Storm Christine has brought torrential rains to the city since Tuesday, submerging houses, establishments, and offices under floodwaters. Oriental Mindoro suffered 7.1 billion pesos agricultural losses due to severe Tropical Storm Christine as of Thursday, October 2, the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office reported. Actually, it's October 24. Flooding was recorded in 29 villages across 5 towns: Victoria, 4 villages, Sorsogon with 18, Pola with 3, Pinamalayan with 1, and Nujan with 3. Landslides were also reported in Victoria and Socorro. Calapan's Santo Nino Cathedral has circulated the Oratio Imparata, a prayer for the deliverance from calamities, on social media as the community seeks protection during the storm. While all roads remain passable and rivers are at normal to above normal levels, port operations in the province have been suspended, with Oriental Mindoro currently under tropical cyclone with signal number 1. Structure damage included 2 houses that were totally destroyed, 1 in Pola and another in Victoria. 5 houses were damaged, with 2 in Nujan and 3 in Rero Galleria. 3 roads sustained damage, 2 in Pola and 1 in Socorro. Classes at all levels in public and private schools and government office operations remain suspended on Thursday due to the storm. Governor Eduardo Gandiano issued Executive Order number 55, suspending classes and work in public and private institutions throughout the province on Friday due to the ongoing impact of the storm. Two key hearings at the House of Representatives have been postponed so lawmakers can focus on relief operations in areas hit by severe tropical storm Christine. In the press briefing on Thursday, Surigao del Norte 2nd District Representative Robert Eads published confirmed that the House Quad Committee would cease and resume hearings when Congress returns from its break. We canceled our supposedly scheduled hearing for today of the Quad Committee because of this strong storm. And during this time of calamity, Filipinos should be united. We should not talk about politics or issues. Barbers, the Quad Committee's lead presiding officer told reporters. Filipinos should help each other, whether from the government or from the private sector, as this is what President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is talking about, a whole of nation approach in addressing problems like this calamity. We saw scores of people affected by the storm. Our prayers and thoughts are with you, he added. The Quad panel comprises the Committee on Dangerous Drugs, which Barbers heads, the Committee on Public Order and Safety, the Committee on Public Accounts, and the Committee on Human Rights. Barbers said he believes the Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability also suspended its hearing originally set for Monday, October 28. We should focus first on the calamity so that we in Congress cannot be accused of not doing anything during times of calamity, etc. You know, such criticisms surface during these times, especially from party opponents. That's why we should focus here first, help each other until we fix the situation for those hit by the storm, he added. The Quad Committee is prompting the possible correlation between illegal activities in Philippine offshore gaming operator hubs, the illegal drug trade, and alleged extrajudicial killings in the Duterte administration's drug war. Meanwhile, the Good Government panel is tackling questions about the fund utilization of Vice President Sara Duterte's office. House Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez said he supports the Quad Committee's decision to cancel its hearing on Thursday, as government officials are needed the most during calamities. It will allow our representatives to be where they are most needed, among the people, providing immediate aid and relief. In moments like this, it is imperative that we set aside our legislative duties to prioritize the welfare of our fellow Filipinos, he added. Romualdez also assured the public that the House has responded to the needs of the people, with 411 million pesos aid mobilized to districts severely affected by the storm. This financial assistance is just the beginning of our efforts to help our Cagabayans recover from this disaster, as instructed by President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., he said. The resources we have mobilized reflect our commitment to respond promptly and with urgency to the needs of those displaced and affected by Typhoon Christine. We are doing everything in our power to make sure help reaches the most vulnerable, he added. And the weather update just came in, which we will get into that later. For now, let's continue. Finance Secretary Ralph Recto said the World Bank Group has committed to boosting the Philippine agriculture sector and human capital development. In a statement on Thursday, the Department of Finance said the World Bank made the commitment during a high-level dialogue with top officials of the World Bank Group in Washington, D.C. on October 22. The meeting took place on the sidelines of the World Bank International Monetary Fund annual meetings held in Washington, D.C. from October 22 to 25. During the meeting led by Regional Vice President for East Asia and the Pacific Manuel Pedro, the WBG committed to continue supporting projects that aim to increase Filipino farmers' productivity and income. The World Bank also committed to helping the Philippines modernize its agriculture sector to make it more commercially viable and export-oriented. Rector welcomed the bank's assistance, noting that accelerating the expansion of the agriculture sector will help further reduce inflation and boost the country's economic growth. During the meeting, the WBG reaffirmed its support for the country's human capital development, especially in education. The World Bank also recognized that investor confidence in the Philippines remains strong on the back of business-friendly reforms. Rector said the Philippines has great potential to integrate into the global supply chain of high-value manufacturing, especially in the semiconductor industry. He also urged the World Bank to provide more assistance in strengthening the country's cybersecurity, as well as grants and technical assistance for project preparation to improve the delivery of WBG-funded projects. Rector likewise reiterated his call for the WBG to provide more concessional financing. The World Bank, on the other hand, is said its board recently approved the introduction of grace periods in paying commitment fees and the removal of prepayment premiums. It also said that another package of pricing reform is under discussion that would further reduce borrowing costs. The DOF said the World Bank assured that the Philippine government's priorities would be reflected in the new Philippine Country Partnership Framework for 2025 to 2028. And also in the news, the World Bank plans to double its commitment to the agribusiness sector to 9 billion pesos, $9 billion each year by 2030 as part of a push to create jobs in developing economies, the bank's president said Wednesday. Ajay Banga, who took over the 80-year-old development lender last year, told an event at the annual meetings of the International Monetary Fund and World Bank in Washington that there were some important shifts taking place in the agribusiness sector. These include the growing risk to agriculture from climate change and the creation of new financial tools for de-risking the sector that should help boost private sector funding. The shifts in the sector have arrived at a time of extraordinary opportunity as global food demand is set to increase by 50 to 60% in the coming decades, he said. The bank, Banga said, was combining a new way of working with a new level of investment, doubling our agri-finance and agribusiness commitments to $9 billion annually by 2030. The World Bank president said the agribusiness sector will also help create jobs in developing economies, something he has looked to champion during these meetings. The effort to transform agribusiness is not only about securing the food systems of tomorrow, it is fundamentally a jobs initiative, he said, noting that 1.2 billion young people in developing countries will enter the workforce in the next decade, but that only 420 million jobs are projected to be created. We stand at a crossroads, and the path we choose today will determine the future, he said. By transforming agriculture and agribusiness, we can create the food system of tomorrow, raise living standards, and create jobs. And now it's time for the weather update. Alright, time for weather update. As of 2 p.m. bulletin, severe tropical storm Christine is now over the coastal waters of Santa Cruz and Ilocos, the State Weather Bureau reported on Thursday afternoon. It is 2 p.m. cyclone update. The Philippine Atmosphere, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration said Christine was moving westward at 15 kilometers per hour. It is carrying maximum sustained winds of 95 kilometers per hour and gusts of up to 145 kilometers per hour. Christine is forecast to move westward or west-northwestward over the West Philippine Sea and exit the Philippine Area of Responsibility region on Friday afternoon. According to the latest report of the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, Christine has so far affected over 2 million individuals nationwide. Since Christine maintained its strength, Pagasa said the following areas will remain under wind signals in the following locations. For wind signal number 3, Benguet, Ilocos, La Union, and Pangasinan. For signal number 2 is Metro Manila, Bantanes, Cadian, including Babuyan Islands, Isabela, Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, Apayao, Kalinga, Abra, Ifugao, Mountain Province, Aurora, Nueva Ecija, Tarlac, Zambales, Bataan, Pampanga, Bulacan, Rizal, Cavite, the western portion of Pandangas, the northern portion of Luzon, and Lubang Islands. And for second number 1 is Laguna, the rest of Pandangas, the rest of Quezon, the rest of Occidental Mindoro, Oriental Mindoro, Marinduque, Romblon, the northern portion of mainland Palawan, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Catanduanes, Albay, Sorsogon, Masbate, including Ticao and Glorias Islands, Catlan, Tapias, and Taquiu, including Kaluya Islands, Iloilo, Bantayan Islands, Northern Samar, and the northern portion of Sabah. And that is the latest weather update of Typhoon Christine. And that is it for Cool News at 4. As always, if you have any news suggestions or feedback that you want to share, you can get in touch with us at tvhphilippines.news@gmail.com. And we will return with more news headlines and the latest weather coverage on Typhoon Christine later with Cool News Access. Till then, later at 6. I'm Carol. Stay safe and good afternoon.